Hey guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. So, today I'm going to be speaking about a very common thing that you now hear in relationships, but I want to also approach it from the perspective of how the different attachment styles play a part in this actual type of behavior. And this type of behavior is what they call breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing. And what exactly is breadcrumbing? Well, what it is that it really is when somebody gives you a little bit of, attention and then disappears. But it's sporadic. It's not consistent, and it's kind of like done in a way to kind of keep you there while they hover around, kind of like it's a hovering kind of behavior, and it's just to kind of keep you in their, what would you call it, their, when the sun, things that revolve around the sun, or whatever. But they just want to keep you there so that you're readily available when they want, when they run out of other sources that they actually want, and now you're still there. So they throw you little things to keep you in their little circle um, of women or men. But I find that this guy's usually done a lot by men. More men will do this than females. So I'm going to be speaking about what breadcrumbing is and the attachment styles, who does it, why they do it, the attachment style that is most susceptible to really allow this to happen. So who does this and why do they do it? Well, the usual attachment style that will do this on a regular basis is the dismissive avoidant attachment style, right? They will be, a lot of the reason why they do it, guys, there are reasons why they do this. A lot of the reason why they do this is that they really don't have, they never grew up with the capacity to give, to kind of give what they don't have, because they never grew up in an emotionally healthy relationship. So they're not able to actually show love in that kind of a way, right? So for them, it's kind of safe, it's to keep a distance. And so from a distance, they will every now and again shoot you a text, and usually it's texting. They're not going to call you most of the time unless you ask. And when you ask and they call you, it will be it's almost like you have to carry the conversation, right? Because they just don't have that emotional capacity to have really meaningful conversations or really meaningful interactions with you. So they will do it from the perspective of their attachment style, because they just, you cannot give something you don't have, right? So this is one of the attachment styles that's most likely to do this. The next attachment style that will do it, though, guys, is the fearful avoidant. And the way they do it, whereas the dismissive avoidant will be more consistent in their, every now and again they throw a crumb, and the crumbs are usually like, hi, how are you doing? Not even how are you doing, because what that will require is a response. So it's, hi, have a great day. So you don't have to really respond, right? Or hi, have a great weekend. Happy birthday if they know your birthday, or happy Mother's Day if you're a mother and they know it's Mother's Day, or just things like that. So you just every now and again random, and this could be like a week or months between interactions, guys, but they just keep throwing out this little breadcrumb, that's what they call it, breadcrumb, to you, to keep you in their rotation. It's like a rotation, because more than likely these individuals are probably also dating multiple women or men at the same time, but they want to keep you in the rotation because they want to have their supply there, so that if this person is not available, then they can, do you want it? But usually, guys, if you're just one of those that they're hovering around, I call it hovering, then they won't really set dates. It's usually just texting. That's what it is. Nothing else. Nothing moves. It's just texting. Now, the fearful avoidant is different in that because they have both sides, the anxious and the dismissive. It will be the anxious side will be love bombing you and giving you love, and all of a sudden it just stops. Nothing, silence, crickets for a long time. And then again, they'll do it again. They come back and give you a lot of love and attention. And this is also by maybe phone. They might use a phone, or they may just text. How are you doing? Miss you. You're such an important part of my life, and blah, 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 that kind of stuff. And then disappear again, right? Whereas the anxious preoccupied, the way they do this, they don't usually do this as a way of keeping you in their circle. What they do, the reason why they breadcrumb you usually is because they perceive that you did something wrong or something bad to them, or you're not showing up the way they want you to, and it's almost like out of a kind of a spite thing. So they will just disappear, right? They will just, when they, you know, they will just take away their attention from you, right? But it's more out of trying to teach you a lesson, basically, or out of spite that, you know, you're not responding to them in the way that they want. So they may have been the person to show love, because that's what anxious preoccupied individuals do. They will give your attention. They'll put you above everything else, you know, everybody else, and then if you're not really responding, then they'll just stop, right? But it's done not to just intentionally hurt you or keep you in their little circle. It's done almost like to teach you a lesson that I can disappear at any time, that kind of thing. So there are others, though, who will just do it purely out of manipulation, just to manipulate you, to give you. So at the outset, they give you a lot of attention, guys, and this is what they call love bombing. So the breadcrumbing don't usually work so well without the love bombing, is what I can see, right? Because what the person who does the breadcrumbing, the way they prepare to breadcrumb you, is to go out of their way at the beginning of a relationship to really give you all the love and show you affection, take you to nice places, always calling you and making you feel important, and taking you on weekend things, and taking you to concerts and all that kind of stuff, right? So they'll do all of that, because then once you get used to that kind of attention, it is you start falling in love with them, or you start caring for them. And then when they know that they've got you to that level, then, you know, they just kind of pull away, and they start to breadcrumb you. By every now and again you hear from them, and you might not hear from them unless you reach out to them, or that kind of a thing, and they'll just give you, and it's mostly now text instead of calls, and making plans for future dates, right? So this is kind of like a manipulative kind of way of doing it. And so they do it intentionally, because they want to make sure they hook you first with the love bombing, giving you all the attention you need, all the love, the cuddling, they're there for all of that. And then when they feel they've got you where they want you, which is so sad, guys, they will pull back and now start breadcrumbing you. And they will do that to multiple women, because that's the whole idea of it, is that they will do that. No, I'm speaking from perspective of women, because I don't hear a lot of this happening when the woman does this. And guys, feel free to put that in the comment if you are a guy and this happens with you, because I don't know. I can't speak to that perspective, because I haven't heard men saying that really. What I've heard is a lot of women saying it, and I've experienced it once, but I put a stop to that very quickly, right? But that's what people will, I find that this is more a thing for the male population that they do, is that they have, you know, they love bomb you at the beginning. You grow to expect a certain kind of behavior, and then they pull back and just start giving you little breadcrumbs, all right, just to keep you in the loop, giving you just enough to hold you there. Because, and no, why is it that by the way, guys, the reason why a lot of these people do this is not because they're so they feel so strong and powerful and worthy of all of this. a lot of them have a huge lack of self-worth, and so they have to kind of make you feel a certain way so they can feel better about themselves, right? So a lot of these people need to really work on themselves, because there are issues that they have that they need to work on, because to do this on a it's something that they do on purpose. They know what they're doing, right? So therefore, this is something that if you're a recipient of this, or you were a victim of this, don't blame yourself too much. Just make sure it doesn't happen to you again, right? Learn from your experience and move forward, and just be aware of these kind of things. When you see somebody really going so out of their way to really just do a lot of stuff, it's like over and above what is normal for somebody who's just meeting you, or even telling you, oh, they love you, they just met you, and then no, they're in love with you at the beginning of meeting you. Just be aware. That's a red flag right there. Okay, so why do people who allows this to happen? First of all, the attachment style that will most likely, I should say, allow breadcrumbing is the anxious, preoccupied attachment style, because they, at their core, always fear abandonment, one. And so if they get enough of a little kind of a thing to keep them, but this is the worst thing that can happen to them, because they're so attuned to you and what you're not giving them, that they can suffer it's like incredibly painful experience for them, because they are hoping that you will be the person, because now you've given them all of this love and attention and all that kind of stuff, and they've gotten used to it, and they say, oh no, this is a person that they want. Yes, but they don't realize that this is merely a facade. It is something, and that is why these people pull back and can only breadcrumb after a while, because what they show you at the beginning was the very best part of themselves, right? The very best part of themselves, but they cannot sustain it, because they go over and above to show this little part of themselves, which could be real, but also could not be real, because remember, it can be a whole show. It can be a whole facade that they create to pull you in, and then so that they can breadcrumb you, because nobody's going to stick around if you were treated badly at the beginning. And that's why they do all of this good stuff and tell you all of these things you want to hear at the beginning. That's why. And you get accustomed to it, and it's when you get accustomed to it that you keep hoping somehow, and this is especially for the anxious, preoccupied, they keep hoping that somehow this person will go back to doing what they did before. And so that's why they stay there. So they stay in this relationship hoping that maybe it's just a phase, and they're going, something's going on with them, and blah blah blah, and people make up all kind of excuses to stay in a relationship that they should not be in. And so they'll say, maybe it's just the person's just going through a bad patch, and maybe there's something that they don't want to talk about, and I'll just wait here. And so they breadcrumb them and give them a little crumb here. Hi, how are you? How is have a great weekend. And what they normally do, guys, some of the things that you can use to identify somebody who's breadcrumbing you is they are hot and cold. They'll come on very, very strong, and then not long after that, they just fizzle out like I'm not sure what you call it, soda. They just fizzle away, okay? Then they will avoid dates, and they're not really pushing to see you. They're not creating plans with you to see you anytime soon, right? Or it might be very vague. Okay, maybe we can go to that thing, but it never happens. Or maybe this thing is coming up, or whatever it is, but they never call you to settle a date, right? What they basically do is keep you on the back burner until the person that they need is not available, and then they may reach out to you, and that's why they keep you breadcrumbing you, because they want you there, available on spot, ready for them when they feel like connecting with you, right? The other thing that you'll notice is that there will be no forward There's no forward planning about what you guys are going to be doing next week, next month. They don't really want to learn anything about you because that's not their intention, to get to really know you as a person or an individual, because they're really not interested in you that way. They just want to have you there, hovering around you while they go where they want to do and do their thing, and then have you available when they feel like it, when they have no other option sometimes, right? You can notice also that there's no effort to move the relationship forward. So you won't hear them taking you to meet their friends, or you won't go on dates. First of all, they won't be taking you on dates with their friends, and taking you to meet their family or anything like that, or even finding out about you and your needs and what you like and what you don't like, and sharing themselves with you. You won't get any of that. They may even be kind of telling you some sob story about some past relationship where they were hurt, right? To kind of get your affection and your pity kind of stuff, so that you kind of now open yourself more to this person, right? And guys, they will make you feel guilty if you question why it is that they're not moving forward, even though they give you all kind of indication that they're interested in you and they want to be with you. But if you ask them, so what's going on? I mean, you wanted, but we're not setting any dates, or we're not setting anything, you're not calling and not having conversations and learning about each other, they will get really upset, and they will actually try to say something to make you feel guilty, like you're very needy or stuff like that, right? So as I mentioned before, guys, look out for these behaviors in a person that you're going to be dating, because when somebody comes on very, very strong, very, very strong, right, that should be a red flag. It's just too much too soon is a red flag, guys. Do pay attention to that. And when you see somebody doing stuff that you haven't really earned as yet in the relationship, I mean, yes, it's nice to open doors for that kind of stuff, but when they start buying you expensive jewelry and taking you on expensive vacations in the first week that they know you, just be aware that this could be someone who's trying to build you up to let you down. That's basically the best way I can describe that. All right, guys, I hope that you learned something from this video, and if you did, please like it and share it with someone who may need to hear this. Also, please subscribe to my channel, and also, guys, please hit the notification bell so that as soon as I upload another video, you'll be notified. Guys, if you do nothing else, please like my video and hopefully share with somebody you think will find some value in it. Okay, guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Until next time, keep growing. Take care.